Ladies and gentlemen, the Thor News live coverage of Hurricane Harvey continues. Harvey has made landfall around Rockport, Texas. And as of the making of this video, it has not stopped its intensity. It has not lost any strength at all, which seems to mildly just defy physics a bit. And just look how on this infrared radar how massive and scary it is. It is definitely reminiscent of last year's Hurricane Matthew, which put thousands of roads underwater, some which have yet to come back. And notice how it stops, kind of hitches right at the coast. There were straight line winds reported at about 142 miles an hour inland. So this monster is pretty scary. And remember that what we were talking about here is an 8-day event, because this thing is supposed to stall out because we have two high pressure zones pushing it down. So it will move up and down the coast. Some people have reported it going out into the Gulf of Mexico, re-strengthening, and then coming straight into Galveston. So we are going to keep our eye on this. And the thing is that this is definitely a multi-day event. As I've shown in my other videos, people keep saying to me like, oh, I've been in a Cat 5, it's no big deal. Well, dude, this thing is going to be a Category 2 hurricane over land for about 8 days. So we don't know the exact path that it is taking, but we know that it ain't really going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And so that is where all the major problems will come in. I mean, to me, this looks just as bad as Katrina. I mean, not necessarily the straight line winds, but the size and the amount of rainfall. Look at that one rain band right there. You see that thing? Notice how high it's pushing up into the atmosphere. And as I last checked, it hadn't even reached its lowest pressure point. But the lowest pressure point recorded was 939 millibars, which is pretty amazing. At last check, 70,000 people along the coast have already lost power. Power is going out. The storm surge is pretty phenomenal. And this is just a crazy, crazy hurricane. And remember, peak season of hurricane season is now. And it lasts about 2 months. So this is just the beginning. Look at that. So, I mean, our prayers are absolutely with everyone there. And all these areas are just starting to get rain. It will be fascinating to see rainfall totals starting tomorrow. Oops. And it will be fascinating to see what the storm does, where it weakens, what directions it takes. But, you know, I don't know. It's a weird world, man. Getting weirder. Whoa, look at that. You can almost see it's rotating counterclockwise. And you can almost see the clockwise rotation beginning in the atmosphere. That is crazy. And here's our mean sea level pressure point, which has been driving a lot of the weather. You can see it's siphoning a lot of the moisture up and out of the Gulf. So it is weird to see this clockwise spin, in my opinion. And here's the thing. Like here, they have predicted 40 inches of rain. And here it has Houston getting anywhere between 24 to 30. So that is why I've recommended pretty much anyone in this band right here, anything in the pink, get out of the pink, man. If you were in the pink, get out. This is a Jezebel zone. It is going to bring nothing but damage, destruction. And, you know, the way I live in Houston and I got out, I went north to DFW. And because the main thing was, I thought, did I want to sit in soggy conditions for a week or two? No, I did not. I mean, heck, at the ranch, The only drawback here is the internet is kind of crappy because we're out in BFE. And so if I'm going to struggle with crappy internet, then I imagine I'd be struggling with no power for like, a week, even 3 days. I mean, I don't know. For some people, it might be good to get a break from the internet world, but this is what I do for a living. It's how I make my living. So, and considering I've been covering this hurricane since Tuesday and doing my best to warn people about what a nasty monster storm this is, and that this is the beginning of several. I should probably keep electricity, but look how giant these rain bands are. You're going to hear me keep saying rain band, rain band, rain band. Because that is the main story over 8 days, people. It's not the hurricane itself hitting, making landfall. Although that is a big deal. On my Facebook page at New Thor, I follow like every meteorologist I can find, and they've been showing the straight line winds. One of them showed them knocking out power. A guy named Jeff was doing a live stream, and then he was in a building, and the building started getting shredded. So he ran to his car. Last report, he's still alive, so that's great. I would say, that it seems irresponsible, and it sets a bad example for reporters to actually stand in the hurricanes. But probably now is not the time to say stuff like that. Excuse me. Yeah, this whole situation almost looks like it's creating a megastorm that stretches down into the tip of Mexico. These are crazy days indeed. And here is a really bad sign. Usually, this is the WPC. It's a cumulative rainfall over 5 days. And usually they put numbers on it. And here they just capped it at 20. It was like, 20. And we won't go any higher because they usually put a number here. And the last time I saw it, I think it said 26. So I guess they just decided to stop. Which is not a good sign. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, look at that one moving up. These are wild and wacky days indeed. Holy crap. Sorry. And A, it is Friday night. B, I have been covering this since Tuesday. So, man, my brain is like jello. How come nobody's ever fried jello? Like at the Texas State Fair, they've fried everything, but nobody's fried jello. Okay. And I might get a little wackier as the night goes on, but please don't think that I'm not taking this seriously or saying prayers for everyone involved. I've even offered my best friends in Houston. I've said, hey, if you want to come up to the ranch, I more than welcome you. Florida has been getting hit, and look at this massive storm over, what is that, like North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Indiana. Wait, no, that's over there. Sorry, like I said, my brain's kind of tired. But this is a good one. It's a good map. Yeah, it just shows the kind of the state of affairs. And as I've talked to people, there always seems to be an actual strengthening. Well, the weather seems to get worse somewhere around midnight. And so we may see this thing strengthen until midnight, or go through a pulse at midnight, which is really scary, All right, this one takes a while to load, but this is one of my favorites to show people the situation we have going on. Yeah, this is all just wild and crazy. Everybody likes blank space. See, I can't see anything. So maybe that's a good time to pack it up. I do want to show you all that, though. You know what? Before I showed you guys the European model, where it does estimates on the models. Now I think I'm going to show you guys the GFS. If I can get anything to work. All right, so we're going to watch the GFS. I'll actually put it down here for you so you can see the date. See that? Okay. I'm going to let it roll. So this is the hurricane making landfall. As you can see, we're now going to Saturday. All right, now you're not working. Okay, my brain's not working, and this model isn't working. So maybe it's time for me to take a break for a little bit. Way to let me down, Winty. Actually, no. I'm not going to... Whoa, look at that one. So this is all water vapor. Wow, look at the tightening of the eye. But look at this. Yeah, we got a giant storm system exploding rapidly over the United States. Now they took the color away from this one. That's too bad. Now we can't see our pulse. There we go. See this dark red? That's the pulse I'm talking about. Pulse, 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 pulse. And so, you know, look at that. So yeah. And look, this is Africa right here. So the waves roll off of here. Like, so that's, they roll off here and then they roll into there and then they become hurricanes. So this is only the beginning. So I just want to keep you guys updated. Remember, this is a multi-day event. So actually, yeah, I'm going to go. This one is more laid back. This is more the Friday night version of one of the worst storms in American history. Kick it over to GFS, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit extra package. And here we go. I'm going to put it down here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right. So this is Saturday, and it moves. GFS has it moving. And remember, this is dropping 8 to 10 inches of rain if it's white. And so now we're in Saturday, and then it moves towards Houston on here. So now we're into Sunday, and we're now just, oh, we're back up to 8 to 10 inches of rain. So this has the rain going towards Waco from San Antonio, stretching all the way from San Antonio to Waco. It's pretty incredible. We're now into Monday, and it's dropping the rain from San Antonio, north of Houston, and then it moves it over into Lake Charles, but reforms half of it as the actual hurricane itself moves back out in the Gulf, moves back down into San Antonio. And notice all the moisture from the Gulf and even the Pacific is being pulled up by that mean sea level pressure point I was talking about. And now we're in Wednesday, and it's still dropping 10 inches of rain a day over anywhere from San Antonio to Round Rock. And remember, these models haven't been that accurate lately. So there's no telling where it's going to go. The only thing we know for sure is that it is going to drop a lot of rain. We're down to Thursday, and this storm is still moving from Round Rock to Waco. So these models seem to spare Houston the major damage, which is good because Houston is the third largest city in the United States, but it's going to bring a lot more flooding damage to other parts of America. I mean, other parts of Texas. Yeah, maybe I should go have a beer, you know, and come back, get a night's sleep and refresh. And also I need to put together all the edited videos. Yeah, so it had it kind of leaving on Friday, and then the model stops for some reason. So I want to thank you guys for listening. I thank y'all for paying attention. And I still recommend, if you are anywhere from, you know, like I said, that pink area, you may want to think about getting out. And a great place where I get a lot of stuff. Although I pulled a lot of my sites from the 4 years of doing weather research. But one of the best sites that has a ton on it is Mike's weather page at spaghettymodels.com. And so if you want to check on the situation, this is one of the best sites out there. in my opinion, for sure. Like, let's take a look at that. See, like, even Florida's getting a lot of moisture and rain. So this is here was one of the, that's just, look at him, look what kind of mess that is. That thing is on drugs for sure. Go home, Hurricane, you are drunk. Tequila drunk. Like, so they have no idea where it's going to go or what it's going to do. And there was a crazy outlier who's like, yeah, he's just going to go all the way up into Montana or wherever that is. It's Idaho. Oh my God. Okay, my brain's broken. So, love you guys. I appreciate it. Stay cool. And I guess say prayers, please, for those in the way of this. And let's try to come together as one American family. Please, because the last 16 years have been rough on everybody. I think we all deserve like a 3-month vacation for surviving. All right, well, peace out. And who knows when I'll talk to you again soon. Maybe it'll be an hour. Maybe it'll be tomorrow morning. Either way, I appreciate you guys for paying attention, because I consider this very real and something that affects everyone everywhere. So, go team. Astonishers. Asteroid Fight Club. American Bicycle Club. I think there's another club. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Love you guys. Peace out.